Imagine this. You're on a small island in the middle of the South China Sea. Suddenly, you spot several Chinese military ships just outside your waters. The tension is already high because of Taiwan, but now, they're right at your doorstep. This is exactly what happened recently near the Philippines. And this incident is more than just a naval sighting. It's part of a much bigger geopolitical game involving China, Taiwan, and the entire Asia-Pacific region. The Philippine military reported that several Chinese Navy vessels were seen near the country's northernmost province of Batanes. Now, here's why that's significant. Batanes is just a few hundred kilometers from Taiwan. That means these ships were strategically positioned in an area that's incredibly sensitive, especially given rising tensions between China and Taiwan. According to reports, these weren't just fishing boats or civilian ships. These were People's Liberation Army Navy vessels, fully armed, patrolling close to waters claimed by the Philippines. To understand the seriousness, we need to look at the map. The Batanes Islands sit right on the path between the South China Sea and the Pacific Ocean. This makes them a perfect location for monitoring any military movements to and from Taiwan. So, when Chinese ships appear here, it sends a clear message. Beijing is extending its influence and showing it can project power beyond the Taiwan Strait. For the Philippines, this isn't just about sovereignty. It's also about national security. Any military action involving Taiwan could directly spill over into Philippine territory. Now, let's zoom out. This is happening in the context of increasing U.S. military cooperation with the Philippines. Recently, Washington and Manila agreed to expand access for U.S. forces at bases across the Philippines, several of which are also near Taiwan. From China's perspective, this is seen as a direct threat. So, the presence of these Chinese ships could be Beijing's way of signaling. We are watching you closely. And remember, this isn't just a local dispute. The Taiwan issue is at the center of U.S.-China tensions, with countries like Japan and Australia also watching closely. The Philippines, because of its geography, is right in the middle of this brewing storm. The Philippine military immediately sent patrol aircraft to monitor the Chinese vessels. Officials emphasized that they were keeping a close watch to ensure the country's sovereignty wasn't violated. They also coordinated with allies, particularly the United States, to share intelligence and assess the situation. However, it's important to note, the Philippines stopped short of directly accusing China of aggression. This cautious tone suggests they're trying to balance between asserting their rights and avoiding an immediate escalation. If tensions between China and Taiwan continue to rise, we can expect more such encounters in the waters near the Philippines. This raises the risk of accidents or misunderstandings, especially if military ships from different countries operate in close proximity. It also puts more pressure on the Philippine government to strengthen its defense capabilities and deepen military ties with allies. In the long term, incidents like this could push the Philippines further into the U.S. security orbit, something Beijing definitely doesn't want. So, while this may look like a small naval sighting, it's actually a reflection of a much larger strategic chess game. The South China Sea, Taiwan, and the Philippines are all interconnected in a geopolitical web where every move matters. And as the rivalry between the U.S. and China intensifies, small islands like Batanes could become the flashpoints that decide the future of the region.